Hello everybody, welcome to another junk journal with me video. I'm starting off this little journaling session pulling out an old copy of Daphne's Diary magazine and going through it and ripping out some bits and pieces that I thought I might use. I have quite a lot of old copies of this magazine. I think I subscribed for a full year and didn't use it as much as I thought I would, and so I'm trying to go back and use it basically. And I knew I was going to start off doing a couple of journal spreads about spring, so I've kind of got that in mind as I'm going through the magazine and choosing little bits and pieces to use. While I remember, I will apologise if you can hear any weird background noises. There are a neighbour is either having scaffolding put up or put down, and there's construction workers and yelling at each other and all sorts of things going on, but I only have limited time to do voiceovers, so if you can hear it, sorry, hopefully it's not too loud. So here I am, still going through the magazine. I didn't actually find as many bits and pieces as I wanted, and I think that's part of the reason I actually stopped subscribing, because there were a few too many articles that I just didn't care about. I just want a magazine of pretty things and nothing else. I don't care about the articles. Does that sound awful? I don't know. But yes, but I have enough after, as I said, a year of subscribing, and I'm buying a few of the extra, like special edition ones that'll keep me going for years and years, I imagine. Next, I wanted to print off some photos, so I am collaging them on my Canva app and then taking them into my HP Sprocket app to print them off on there, and there you can see they are ready. I did lighten the daffodil pictures and they came out a little bit hazy, but it turned out that my Sprocket was actually really low on battery, and I found out when they are low on battery they don't print as well, so something I'm going to have to try and keep in mind and remember. I chose these pages to work on because, as you can see, one side has like the photograph of the grass. It's quite light and summery, well, not summery, sunny and springy, and the other side obviously has the flowers, and there are actually daffodils on there. It's really, really faint, so you might not be able to see it, but I made sure not to completely cover that daffodil up because I'm going to be journaling about daffodils as well on another page, and for me as well, spring equals daffodils or daffodils equals spring, whichever way round. But I am simply just collaging some bits. I have the opening little paragraph from that spring issue from, I'm going to say like 2017, 18 maybe, I don't know, but it just says it's spring and a little paragraph about spring. Thought I could make that work, and ripping up and collaging other little bits and pieces. And I have this little photo printed off here of this little purple crocus, and I'm fairly sure I did this last year as well in whatever journal I was in at the time. But in our garden, in roughly the same spot every year, this one little purple crocus just pops up. And for me, it's the first sign of spring. That one little purple crocus on its own in our garden in roughly the same spot just goes bloop. Hello, it's springtime. I am here. I am your sign of spring. So I always take a photo of it and put it in my journal saying, look, the crocus is here, so spring is here. I ripped a little piece of vintage ledger and I'm going to add my journaling onto that, and I'm also going to add quite a few little bits and strips and pieces of washi here and there. Most of the washi I use on these two spreads, the springy spreads at least, are recent purchases from Gretel Creates, who is on Etsy and has their own website as well, so I will link them. They have some beautiful washi available, so I was playing around with that as well. And then here, adding a few floral rub-ons. I got really stuck with that bit above, just that top right corner. I'm not good at leaving white space. I know it's a thing I need to work on, but I'm not good at it, and if I see it and it looks wrong to me, I can't stop thinking about it. So I was adding like little floral rub-ons and stickers in that space, and I couldn't get it right. I don't know what was going on, so I think I left it for a little while and then came back to it. I'm going to add a few little of these tiny little flower stickers from I think that's our Mambi sticker book, one of the little mini ones. And then, yeah, I was like, right, let's just move on to the other page. And this is the one I'm going to do dedicated to the daffodils, because in our house, in springtime, there are always daffodils everywhere. The picture of the daffs that I'm going to stick down on the left page are this really beautiful bunch that were brought to me and I had in my room when I was having a really bad fibro flare up, so they were put there sort of to cheer me up and stuff, and they were a really like extra beautiful bunch. So I have a picture of those where they were sat in my room, and then also I had Don't know what's going on this year, but we've also had some really weird daffodils. I'm blaming the Rona because I blame that for everything these days. But we had like one bunch of daffs where they were just the trumpet part of the daffodil. They had no sticky out petals. Do you know what I mean? They were just the trumpet part. So those were weird. Those were from Asda. And then there was another bunch which had such random different sizes. You can't really tell in that picture I'm putting down, but there was like 2 or 3 enormous daffs. They were, I mean, they were like 3.5 inch in diameter. They were enormous. And then there were normal ones and really small ones in the bunch as well. So yeah, had some weird daffs as well this year. So I am just noting those down. I had that little bookmark thing that I'd pulled out of Daphne's diary. It had these annoying, like, that glue stuff they use to put in magazines. Like, they also do it to put like little perfume samples in or whatever. You know, you can pick it off, but it leaves like a little watermark. So I was trying to concentrate on covering those up because they're really not very nice to look at. So I mostly covered those up with the pictures. I think I'm going to go back and cover up the last little bit with a sticker. And I'm tipping that in with some fabric tape, the yellow stripe fabric tape on one side and a new floral tape on the other side. And then I simply just wanted to add a few little embellishments. I didn't have that many daffodil embellishments. I had one little fussy cut thing from a scrapbook collection from who knows when. But I thought some contrasting ones would look nice as well. So that's why I've got like that big pink one and that big yellow one as well. And I think that's going to be it. Oh no, I did little rough doodly borders around each one of the photos to help them stand out just that little bit more, and then I think that is going to be it for those pages. And then after that, it was when I went back to the previous pages and remembered that awkward gap that had been annoying me. But I found one of my stickers from my watercolour florals collection which had a quote about flowers, so I've ripped that in half and put that there. I thought that would look quite nice. It fills up that gap that was really annoying me. And you've got a cute little quote there. Job done. So moving on, I am going to completely different, no Daphne's Diary really, no spring theme or anything. I'm going to document some of my fountain pens because unless you are new to my channel, you may have noticed I am a bit of a fountain pen nerd, bit of a fountain pen lover, and I recently purchased like my dream pen. So I'm right there taking a photo to print off straight away on my sprocket. And then I also have a screenshot of the reel that I made about this new pen, and yeah, I'm going to document that. The new one is that greeny jade one, and I also have the blue one. They're the exact same pen, Sailor Pro Gear Slim, with a medium fine nib, and that's why I almost didn't buy the second one. I already had the blue one, and I nearly didn't buy that green one. I thought about it for like a year. I don't need the same pen, you know, it's exactly the same pen, it's just in a different colour, but then I couldn't resist. It is the Pro Gear Slim Shikiori Japanese fairy tale in the colour Dragon Palace, which is this stunning, perfect jade green colour, and it's got flecks of gold in. And then the blue one is the previous year's Shikiori, which is in the colour Spring Sky, and it's a pearlescent light blue, and they're just so beautiful, and I'm so in love with them. And if you don't care about pens, you've probably clicked off already, but I just sigh. Anyway, when I bought the green one, the Dragon Palace, I bought it from the writing desk, and when you buy a, let's say, higher end pen from a lot of smaller pen shops, they will test the nib for you and if needed tune it if it needs doing. So that little thing I've glued down there is the proof, I suppose. They do the little pen test and send it with your pen so you know that your pen has been tested. Other things I put down, I have some vintage ads from my own vintage ads collection from my shop that are fountain pen related, so I've stuck those down as well. And all over the place I'm adding little touches of washi. Most of them are Tim Holtz ones, but they're all ones that have some form of scribbly writing or handwriting or anything like that on to go with the whole pen handwriting theme of the pages. So yes, I'm sorry if you have no interest in fountain pens whatsoever, but I do encourage you to journal about the things that you love. It doesn't always have to be events and people related. You can take joy in material things. It's okay. You get so many, oh, materialistic things are bad, everything's bad, don't be material. I'm like, obviously There are more important things than material things, but you're still allowed to take pleasure in them at the same time. It's okay, as long as they're not the number one thing in your life. So if you have something you really love, like a pen or a cup, like you have a favourite mug, journal about your favourite mug. Why not? If it brings you happiness, I think you should journal about it and record that happiness. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, those pages are done. Lastly, I have this bag of Flips chocolate pretzels, if you are unfamiliar. I love them. They are my favourite thing. And this bag of Flips that came with our click and collect order had a label on it that said broccoli, which just creased me up because obviously Flips are probably not the healthiest thing in the world to eat, but as it had a broccoli label on it, that meant it was healthy. Obviously, it can't possibly be that the label fell off the broccoli and accidentally got stuck to the Flips packet. That definitely didn't happen, but I thought I would document it anyway. So as you saw, I just chopped the top and bottom off of the package. I stapled it to that page, making a sort of like a belly band type pocket. And I took that tag, cut it down a bit so it would fit in that little pocket, and I'm doing basic decoration on the front and back with washi and ripped up scraps and bits and pieces like that. Just, as I said, very basic decoration. But as I was doing that, I noticed this thing on my desk that I'd meant to include with my previous journal pages, this little leaflet that came with my pen that says Sailor on it, and I wanted to include it because, you know, it's a sailor pen, it says Sailor on it, just like a label sort of thing. So I'm quickly going back to those pages, ripping that down so it fits, and I'm simply stapling it on one side and sticking a teensy weensy bit of washi on the other side, so I have that there. So quick brief going back to the previous pages, and now we go back to the tag. As I said, it's very, very simple decoration, washi here and there. I brought in some old planner stickers that I never use anymore because I don't really do decorative planning anymore, but I still have loads of them. There's one that says Snacksident and one of a kitty cat eating chocolate. I thought I could use those. And don't worry, keyboard warriors, we all know that cats can't eat chocolate. It's fine, it's just a sticker. And then I'm going to write with white gel pen and do some lettering, just simply has a broccoli label on it equals healthy, about my bag of chocolate pretzels, and then a few little hearts, and I think that is going to be it for this simple little page. I had to document it because it cracked me up laughing. And it adds like a fun, interesting element to your journal as well. And the tag, I've put it in a way, it's nice and secure, but it's slightly sticking out so you know that there's something in there to pull out if you're going through the journal. And that is the last page for this video. So there we go. I'm just going to flip through my pages here so you can have another little look. And that is going to be it from me. Thank you so, so much for watching. All of relevant links will be down in the description box. Links to my shop, as well as to other stuff I've used, other shops I've mentioned, etc, etc. And yes, that is going to be it. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Chat to me down in the comments. Let me know if you journal things like your pens or your favourite mug or your favourite pencil pot or your favourite, I'm just looking at random things in the room now, your favourite candle. I don't know. That's enough from me. I'm getting distracted by the scaffolding noises. I'm really going to go now. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.